Hi, I'm Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com. Are you familiar with the word optimization? People use that word and then they'll say to me, well, what does that mean, Diane? How do I optimize my business? What is that? Optimization is something that we talk about as a standalone kind of thing, but it really is something that is a continual thing that's happening in your business all the time. What is optimization? It's really an overarching idea that again happens every day, happens every time you do a program, a product, a promotion, right? How do you make it better? And you do that simply by, asking yourself some basic questions. Would we do this again? Was it a success? What went well? What didn't go as well as we wanted it to go? What things would we change? Did we have enough participants? As many participants as we wanted? Did our conversions? What did they look like? What are the emails or online marketing that you did? If you did any offline marketing, what was the return on investment? So you've got to look at all of the things that make up, let's just say it's a promotion, for example. And so you sit down, you're going to do this during, so you look at each step. Did that work? What was the open rate? What was the click-through rate? How many people registered? How many people said yes? How many people opened their wallet? So you're looking at each part, and sometimes what that means is that, you've got let's say it's a 4-part email sequence set up. Well, the first one works okay. The second one, we get diminishing returns. Now we need to look. Maybe the third and fourth emails need to be redone. Maybe we need to come at it from a different angle. That's optimization. And you're constantly looking at, how do I make things better? Is this working? And is it working the way we want it to work? Are we getting the results that we want? And you hear me talk a lot about results and strategy and all of these different things. But here's the piece. When you're looking at these things and you're measuring these things and you're looking at them on a daily, weekly basis, is it working? Yes or no? Can we make it better? Do we want to do this again? All of these things that you're looking at and that you're measuring and that you're constantly vigilant about. And by the way, as an entrepreneur and a business owner, you don't have to be the one to do this. This is a great thing, right? Even if you are all 100% virtual, you've got somebody that can look at these numbers and report to you on them. So you don't have to be the one to do this. You just have to know the information, right? Because as you're looking at this, and let's just call it what it is, you're measuring. It allows you to make these decisions in your business and about your marketing, to know whether or not you want to continue doing things, or you want to change things, or you want to modify something. That's optimization. And if you're doing this on a regular basis, and all successful business owners that I've ever talked to or worked with in any way, shape, or form are doing this constantly. You're constantly looking at, did that email work? What was the click-through rate? How many people registered? How many people said yes? How many people bought, right? That's optimization. You've got to be doing this on a regular basis, which means you do have to be measuring, which is not necessarily the topic I meant to talk about today, but you've got to be looking at those numbers, and you've got to know, if you're optimizing in your business, then you're measuring. And those two things really do go hand in hand. You want to know more about how to optimize. You want to know more about the things that you should be looking at and measuring to make your business more successful, to make your business more profitable, to allow your business to affect more lives. Then I'm going to invite you to join me December 4th through the 7th at the Action Accelerator event, where we're going to talk about all of these things. How do you do better in 2024 than you did in 2023? How do you have the best year yet next year? And then the year after that, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about optimization. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about, here's the thing though, I'm not talking at you. This is going to be specific to your needs. I'm going to design this thing as we go. I know what I'm going to do, but I will modify this event based on the participants and your needs. You're going to get a lot of one-on-one attention during this time from me, not somebody else, from me. You're going to get your specific questions answered. You're going to leave with your marketing plan. You're going to walk away knowing what are the things that you need to be doing so that you can optimize every single program that you put on in 2024. Check it out. Go to actionacceleratorevent.com. All the details are right there for you. Until next time, make it a great day.